How you doing? Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Trying to build the channel up, so hit that subscribe button. Like the video. Any help you can give us is always appreciated. So subscribe, hit the like button, share the video, etc. You know the drill. Okay. So I've just watched. I'm sure many of you watched it. It was a real fun scheduled 8-rounder between VIKTOR VYKHRYST and IAGO Kiladze. Now, I didn't know a great deal about VYKHRYST. He's Ukrainian fighting out of Germany. And going in, he was 8-0 in fights with 6 KOs, I think it was. Big lad. Kiladze you may have seen before, from Georgia. He's in his mid-30s. 27-5-1 going in. Very small heavyweight, only weighed about 216 pounds, 216 pound. And he went in against a much bigger VYKHRYST, who weighed up in the 230s. Was expected to be cannon fodder for VYKHRYST. And so it looked. In the opening round, down goes Kiladze from a right hand, followed by a left hook. And the writing's on the wall. What is this, a 1-round blowout? Well, guess what? 10 seconds later, VYKHRYST was on the floor and he was stunned. He sort of staggered sideways from a right hand and fell into the ropes near the corner. Real hard punch. Kiladze, by the way, had F.A. Ajagba on the floor. So even though all 5 of his previous defeats had been knockouts, you know, he'd had Ajagba on the floor. He lost in 5 rounds to Ajagba. He lost in 5 to Joe Joyce. Michael Hunter did him in 5. 5th round is an unlucky one for Kiladze. And Adam Kaunaki did him in 6 rounds. And he had those 3, I think he had of 5 previous fights going back to 2018. He had 4 of those were defeats and they were all knockouts. So a 1-round blowout would not have been, you know, a surprise for VIKTOR VYKHRYST. But like I say, Kiladze floored in the first minute. Up he gets, chins VYKHRYST. VYKHRYST is on the floor. The next thing you know, and I said, what, 10, 15 seconds later, VYKHRYST replies with another knockdown of Kiladze. So it's 2-1 in knockdowns. Now, it's really quite extraordinary. They make it to they get to the end of the first round, which in itself was quite surprising because there was still about 45 seconds left and there'd been 3 knockdowns. And the referee at some point did say to Kiladze, another knockdown and it's over. So Kiladze was a little, not really reticent, not really cautious, but he obviously had that in his mind. But they were both loading up. Second round. It's 2-1 at the start of that round in knockdowns to VYKHRYST. IAGO Kiladze evens it up with another knockdown. Down goes VIKTOR VYKHRYST. Okay, so this is crazy stuff. They were like 30 seconds into the second round. We've had 4 knockdowns, 2 each. But then the controversy starts because VYKHRYST then floors Kiladze. So it's 3-2 in knockdowns. Kiladze gets up, is by the ropes. The referee, whose name escapes me, I can't remember his bloody name. Burgos? Was that his name? Burgos? Sammy Burgos or something like that? I might be wrong. Anyway, this guy seemed a little bit full of himself. So anyway, 3-2 in knockdowns. Kiladze's by the ropes. He didn't look steady, but neither fighter looked steady throughout this whole crazy, insane, multi-knockdown fight. And he says, you know, step to me. Kiladze, in fairness to the referee, Kiladze didn't really respond with a lot of enthusiasm, but he was aware of it. His legs didn't look steady, but his eyes seemed clear and he looked like he knew where he was. And this was 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. You know, both fighters were looking wobbly. Both were looking shaky. Both had damage to the nose and the mouth. Blood on the faces of both fighters. And Mr. whatever his name was, Burgos or whatever his name was, little short Mexican-looking fella. I don't know what the fuck he was. Anyway, it's all over. What? Kiladze's upset. What the hell are you talking about? He actually shoves the referee, which of course you shouldn't do, but I can sort of understand the upset. And the referee said, what the fuck are you doing? I think those were his exact words. And Kiladze went, what are you stopping it for? There's nothing wrong with me. But anyway, it got stopped in the second round. The crowd booed, understandably. It was In absolute fairness to the ref, Kiladze wasn't really responding particularly well, but his eyes were clear. Do you know what I'm saying? Was it a justifiable stoppage? I thought it was early. I thought it was early, to be honest. And the crowd booed VIKTOR VYKHRYST. It wasn't his fault, really. I mean, he doesn't ref the fight. But he did kind of get out of jail a bit here, because this fight could have gone either way. It was 3-2 in knockdowns to VYKHRYST. Could have gone either way, though. So he improved to 9-0 with 7 knockouts. But nah, I wasn't impressed with him. Kiladze, it's a shame, actually, because after 5 defeats, all of them by stoppage, for him to have had a big win over a prospect, an unbeaten prospect, would have maybe prolonged his career a bit more. He's in his mid-30s now. But to be stopped in 2 rounds under such controversy seemed a little unfair. Perhaps I'll have a rematch. I don't know. But did you see the fight? It was, check it out. It is wild. It's absolutely wild. But it was a lot of fun. But this, by the way, was this was on the undercard of the PBC Charles Martin, Luis Ortiz fight. But have a look at it. Check it out on YouTube or Daily Motion or wherever. It's a lot of fun. If you saw it, leave your comments below. And as always, thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. I always appreciate that. Like I said, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Much love to all of you. I'll be back.